So here you see my Youfibre router. It is a Wi-Fi 7 enabled, so it's fast and everything, but it doesn't fit my requirement. It's standard that came from the provider itself, but unfortunately, although it's got all the Ethernet ports and everything is fine, the Wi-Fi itself is just you have to manage it through the IP address and log in through there. So I have to think of other ways of controlling all my Wi-Fi. And sometime what you'll get is my wife will want to turn the Wi-Fi off for the kids. She would have to press the button and that's it. So I need to better control for the family, safety and security and all that stuff. So I've got to find something better. And I've gone with a completely different setup and replacing this system as is. Alright, this is the Asus BE9700 Tri-band. Now, I would have shown you already the other router that I have from Youfibre, the standard one. I think it's a dual band Wi-Fi 7, but I had to opt for something a bit better because I have children in my house and I do not have any control over the other router at all, although it's been quite good in terms of connection and the distance as well. It's not bad. I'm getting it. They also gave me a mesh. So what I'll need to do is I've invested in this. This was £181.90 or something like that. Originally it's 200, just over £200. I think £219 normally. It does have quite good features. That's the whole reason I went with this one, because the features are really good. And I love the fact that it's got all those features and I can utilize those, especially when you have children and you've got the VPN as well as the security system that it comes with, which you do not have to pay for. And I like the fact that you could do that. There are some downside to it, I suppose. I think my other one had a lot more LAN inputs and outputs, so therefore I think this one's probably one less, but it's not a problem. We can resolve that in other ways. It's not a problem at all. The next concern that I have is I have a mesh that they gave with the Youfibre, which I use upstairs for my boy's computer, so therefore I might have issues there. I don't know if the mesh is going to work or not. It's only one of them. If not, I might have to invest in another one of those, or smaller, cheaper version of these, which you can use the, I think they call it some sort of AI. You can use their routers as another mesh in terms of getting a connection upstairs, a better connection upstairs. So it's for Windows 11 support, 3 years warranty. I mean, all the information are there. You can get them quite easily from their site. And I like the fact that it's got a lot of MLO, AI WAN, AiMesh, that's what it means. It does have subscription-free network security, comprehensive VPN features, smart home master. Now this is the important bit, the smart home master. Let's open up and have a look what's in the box, and we'll talk about that other things a bit later. Oh, that's nice. All right. Okay. The usual paperwork that it comes with. I might have to look at the support, no, not the support, this setup part of it, which is quite interesting. I'll try that later. I might have to download that app, which I'm looking forward to, so I can fully control. So what I want to do initially is to get it all set up and ready, and then start putting restriction on. So I want to make sure all the kids that use the Wi-Fi will only get to use Wi-Fi during the day when they're in at certain times. That's one of the plans, and also restrict them from certain sites. As you know, it's quite important to do that, and I can do this through their app system. So this is the usual paperwork that it comes with. I will need this for later, so I'll put this to the side. And that box, I thought it was going to be bigger than what it looks like here. Let's have a look what's inside this box first. Okay, that's probably something that connects, I can put it against the wall. Oh well, not against the wall. It's got a plug, and it comes with universal sort of different, I think this is probably the UU version. wall mounting. What else is there? And the plug itself. So it's open. I can connect any of these to it, which I will do right now. Get it all ready. This just literally just links on. It's quite big, but it will do the job. And then usual, this is quite good now. What type of wire is it? Cat 6. So it comes with a Cat 6 wire, which I don't need because I've got everything else I need. So I'll leave the rest in the box for now. I was expecting a lot more in the box, I suppose, but well. There we go. And the last bit goes in there. Let's get the router itself out of the box. Oh my gosh. It doesn't want to come out. Oh wow. Okay, now we're talking. There's some information here that's important. So what they want you to do is these antennas needs to go upright and maybe even sideways all around somehow, but there's only, so you got to turn them up to the top, not straight up. I don't get it. As far as you go, then you got to turn it around. Okay, so I'll show you that in a second. That's the instruction I guess you've got to follow. Let's put this on this side. Alright, so what we got here. So what they're telling you to do, don't lift up and then turn around. You're going to break it. You're going to turn it around and then up it comes. Turn it around, up it comes. And the other one goes the other way. It doesn't go the other, you know. So you've got to turn in a certain direction. Otherwise, there is a little wire you'll notice that might just get pulled and you'll ruin your antenna. So this one goes that way. And this is it. It's all ready to go. Looking at the side, is there any buttons to be aware of? Okay, this one I like. You've got the reset button. I don't know what these buttons are. Let's have a look at the instruction. Maybe somewhere on here. So I'm just going to look at this. So you've got the 2.5 gigahertz and the 10 gig connection, which is brilliant. I'm assuming this is the reset button, but let's have a look. Number 10 is, yeah, reset button, power button on and off, and the power cable goes in here. And the last one is number 7, which is the WAN. Oh no, that's a light indicator. Number 7 is WPS button. So this is the button that you press to connect to things automatically. I think I'll just leave it straight up as they want it, and I'll get this connected up, download the app, and have a look to see how well it works. So for now, it's just an unboxing, just to show you what's inside the box. And the reason, as I said, I bought it is more for security. Smart home master is a very important thing to have, and parental control. I like the parental control, and you know, I don't have to pay any fees for it. In others, you've got to pay fees. This is why I strongly recommend the Asus brand, because most of their comes with it. Even their standard Wi-Fi 7, the cheapest one I think I've seen was for, I can't remember how much it was now, £130, and there's even more cheaper one as well, which most of them do come with the free versions of their services and things like that. So when I get it all set up, hopefully I'll get it all, I'll do another video of it and show you how it does in terms of connection. Now that I've done the unboxing, after I've installed everything and tested everything out, it took me most of the day just doing this because I've got so many devices trying to connect and configure and stuff like this. It took me a while. I know in some YouTubers that took them like 10 minutes to set up everything. The initial problem that I found was just I used there's 10 gig input and there was a 2.5 gigahertz input. And I think I put it into the wrong one maybe, or I didn't update. That's what it was. I didn't update the software on the router itself, and that's why it wasn't connecting to the internet. So now that I've done everything, I just want to show you the app itself, how it works. I'm going to click on the app, open it up, and you are of course greeted with this. This is my router, and it shows you the real-time traffic. there and then. Now if you can see straight away it's changing. You can see how much download and uploads there are. If I flick to the left, it shows you that I've got currently I've got on this setting, I've got 14 wireless devices and 7 wired devices connected to it. And you can flick through it more, so it tells you what connections they are: 2.4, 5, and 6. And RAM usage, which is quite high, and CPU usage as well. After that, basically, it tells you the router itself, the internet, the connection is fine. You can optimize it, and you can see the page that I'm just clicking on. Now, this is the home page that you've just seen. Now I'm going to show you the device pages, which is the bottom left of the little device button. If you click on that, you've got all the devices I've got connected. What I've also done is I put my own images on there of each device that I've got connected to the router. You can see my phone there currently connected to it. You've got the iPhone and other devices as well. It's got quite a few Xboxes, and at the bottom you'll notice there's offline as well, and these are the offline devices. They're still not connected to this particular Wi-Fi. Now if I flick to the left, you've got the router back again. Let's go back to home again. I just want to show you this. On the top right hand side, it shows you the gaming mode. So if I click on that, I've chosen the gaming mode, and basically now it's not the gaming mode, but I can change the gaming mode to media and live streaming, but I've got it set to the gaming mode, as I said. So that's that done. Devices I've shown you. If I flick to the left, it just shows you AiMesh. Now if there was any other Asus router, I could turn it into extender almost to extend my range of Wi-Fi, which is quite good. And this basically tells you things that I need to do, just information, insights. Now what I liked about this is because I've got a family where I need to be careful of what sites they go to and stuff, and monitor things in the background, of course, and the family bit was very important. So I've set up my boys, my girls. The girls are only up to 8 years old, the boys are 15 up to 15, so I've got a different setting for each of them, and I'll show you that in a minute. But what I want to show you also is the limitation that you can put on each of the devices as well. So if you go to the devices, I could select any of the devices if I want. I can block it, I can do lots of things with this. And if I go to setting, if I look at the networks, this is the bit that I liked. Now currently there are 3 devices on the Saracen network, which is the main network that I tend to use. My wife would use it. It's basically for everything that I want to do in my house. But the kids only have access to the kids network, which basically can be monitored, and there's a lot more things you can do with that. I'll show you that in a second. And then I've got devices like the security cameras and stuff, or all doorbells, everything connected to that. So if I ever want to just turn the whole network off, just one button, it will just turn it off, which I thought was a good idea. And if I click on it itself, it takes you a bit more further in. When it loads up, you can see what changes I can make on there, so you can rename it. I've had Wi-Fi 7 enabled on there. You've got some protocols that you can change on there, which is fine. And the limitation and things that you can put on there as well, like weekdays, what time to what time they can have access to the internet. This is just an overall thing you could do on there. And also you've got the Edguard account, which I've basically subscribed to for a year, and I think it was £9, I think, which gives you much more in-depth statistics and stuff, sites that's being used through this network. So I think that was brilliant, the idea of that bit, which is quite good. The kids network, you've got the VPNs and other clients that I can select to on. That's fine. So these are for the kids network. I've got some of the things I put on the restrictions on the wired network and wireless network. So currently they're all wireless connected to them, my son's phones and stuff, so I can restrict things. I can block it off while in the house if they're not listening to me. Anything they don't listen to, I'm turning the Wi-Fi off, one click, it's done. The family bit is the similar thing, identical thing as well on here. If I go to my girls one, I've set the age limit to a certain age group. You've got the ad blocker, family plus family, and there's quite a few other things you can do on here as well. It's just a brief understanding so what you can do with this router, where this standard router would allow you to do. And this one has a lot more features and bells and whistles to go with, and I'm only just delving into part of it, and I think there's a lot more that you can do with it as well. And if you go to the settings, there's a lot more information there that you could use to enhance your connectivity and also to protect yourself from quite a few things. Now, as I've just glared through most of the stuff on here very quickly for you guys, once I've mastered it all, in the menu you've got the information there as well, support and things like that. When I've mastered it all, I might do another tutorial on how to set everything up properly. But overall, you've got the VPN bit, which I haven't gone into yet properly, and I will look into that later when I have a bit more time. It's just making the time to do these sort of videos takes a while, and I had, when I first started using it, I think, what can I do with this? And basic thing I want to do is to protect my family from different sites and stuff, block a few things off, monitor a few of the things the children are going into, and also restrict some usage as well when I need to. Before, what my wife used to do, if they didn't listen to anything and they're upstairs, not coming down, whatever, on their computer, mobile phones or whatever, we have strict rules. My wife just used to turn the Wi-Fi off on the button on the router, and that just used to knock everything out. Of course, all the cameras and everything else had to go off, and basically you're on halt and nothing worked. Printer doesn't work, or anything doesn't work. But this way, with the devices and control that I can have on this, I can literally do whatever I want, and have a different profiles for each of the things and block the different things as I want to. And it's quite easy to use as well, intuitive. So what I wanted to show you, in addition to what I've done with my new router, I've repurposed my old router for two things. One of the things is my new router, Asus one, did not have a phone connection, VOIP I think it's called. So here, if you can see the phone connection right there, okay, that wire connects straight to my phones here. Now what I've done is I've used the new router and a switch which is at the corner there. It connects over there on the switch there, and from there I've got the wire connecting to the old router which I repurposed into using it for two reasons. One was for the phone, and another was this old router from Youfibre did have a mesh that came with, which I used in the past upstairs. So what I've done now is I'm still using the mesh through this and still getting Wi-Fi 7 connection and much faster speed, instead of trying to use direct Wi-Fi from the PC upstairs. So on the mesh upstairs, I've got the Ethernet cable connected to my PC, which gives it at least 500 megabit connection, and it's doing really well. So the problem that I'm facing though, although I've got this wire connected here, theoretically speaking, it should just work as a normal phone. But I think because there was an issue with my service provider when they first said I don't have mobile phone line, I haven't paid for it, but they did tell me I will have it. They did give it to me, they confirmed that, but I don't think they've connected it in properly yet, or something's gone wrong on their side, so I need to speak to them about it. That's probably why it's not working. But from the setting that I've got here, if you can help and say this is the correct way of doing it, which should work. And I've also changed the Wi-Fi password on this so nobody can use it. It only gets used for the mesh upstairs, and this can also be controlled from my phone and the app with the Asus router. So here you go. So I've done everything I need to do on here so far, and to be honest with you, this is actually working really well, the connection itself. And as you can see, it's a bit messy in here, but it does work really well. So both router is being used, and I'm quite happy that I can actually just leaving this router out somewhere and it's not being used at all. So this is getting used for a different reason, and it's being controlled by my new router, which I'm going to show you now. So that's the new router. It's gone back into the place where the old router was, and you'll see that it's working beautifully up there, and it does what it's supposed to do. And the fact that the app itself is amazing, and it's got so much control that it gives me the opportunity to control everything safe and secure, and it's kid safe, and you don't have to pay anything extra for it, apart from the fact that I did go for that guard thing that I went for, which I didn't need to do, but I'm just trying it out this year to see how it works. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this has helped to give you a better understanding on how I did my networking up in my house to get everything to work the way it should do. And soon I'll be connecting a lot more devices to this for my security CCTVs and other stuff I'm adding on, which I'll do more videos on later. But this is the router as it is. And it doesn't look the best router, I must say. It should have been white, then it would have been quite nice, but it's black, stands out like a sore thumb. Beside that, the router does do what it's supposed to do. And Asus brand, I recommend it every time, all the time, because it's brilliant. It does do what it says on the tin. Thank you very much for watching again, and take care.